9 things women only do for men they truly respect. Psychology tips. Love may open the door, but respect keeps the house standing. Here's a hard truth a lot of men bristle at. In a long-term relationship, respect outruns love. A woman can care about you and still cross lines, minimize you in public, ignore your standards, or drift when it suits her. But when she truly respects you, her choices change in ways you can't miss. Respect is the bedrock of desire, loyalty, and trust. Without it, everything else wobbles. Some men get cast as the for now guy. Others end up the standby, tolerated, never admired. And then there are the few men women naturally follow, defend, and raise their game for. Those men don't buy respect with dinners or sweet talk. They earn it through posture and principles, the boundaries they hold, the consistency they live by, and the value they bring. That's why certain behaviors are reserved for men a woman genuinely esteems. They aren't casual niceties, they're unmistakable signals of trust, devotion, and real attraction, signals that don't happen by accident. In this video, we'll unpack 9 specific things women do only for men they truly respect. Practical psychology, not fairy dust. If you've ever wondered why some men get treated like kings while others beg for basic effort, the difference starts here. By the end, you'll know whether the woman in your life views you as a man to follow or just a space filler until someone else shows up. 1. Respect kills nagging. Let's be honest. Every man on this planet knows the sharp sting of nagging. It's like an alarm clock that doesn't turn off. A constant buzz of complaints, reminders, and critiques that make you feel like you're living under surveillance. But here's the twist most men miss. Nagging is rarely about her being a naggy person. It's about her respect for you, or the lack of it. When a woman truly respects you, she doesn't hover. She doesn't micromanage. She doesn't turn into your personal life coach against your will. Why? Because respect eliminates her need to control every move you make. She trusts you'll handle your business like a man who keeps his word. She knows you'll follow through without being chased like a teenager who forgot his chores. That trust creates peace, and peace in a relationship is priceless. This is one of the strongest psychology tips you'll ever learn. Respect and nagging cannot live in the same house. If respect moves in, nagging packs its bags and leaves. Now flip the coin. If respect is missing, nagging becomes her survival tool. She doesn't trust that you'll get things done, so she repeats herself like a broken record. She doesn't believe your promises carry weight, so she pokes and pushes, hoping sheer pressure will get results. In her mind, she's not being annoying. She's managing you the way a parent manages a child. But let me tell you this. When a woman feels like your mother instead of your partner, attraction dies faster than ice on a hot sidewalk. That's why too many men get stuck in a painful cycle. They think the solution to nagging is to cave in, over-explain, or try harder to please. Wrong. Don't do it. Don't bend and shrink just to silence her. That's not respect you're earning, it's pity. And pity never leads to passion. The real solution? Be the man she can rely on without question. Respect is not demanded. It's earned. You earn it by keeping your word, setting firm boundaries, and moving with discipline. You must show her that what you say will happen, happens. That reliability is like oxygen to her trust. Picture 2 men. The first one promises to fix the leaky faucet, but forgets, again and again, until his woman is nagging daily about the puddle under the sink. The second man either handles it the same day or sets a clear time and follows through. Guess what? The second man doesn't hear endless nagging because she knows his word equals action. That's respect in motion. That's attraction preserved. And that's the kind of man women naturally look up to. So here's the bottom line, gentlemen. Don't run from nagging, eliminate the cause of it. Be the man whose actions speak louder than reminders. Respect is the silent weapon that kills nagging before it starts. This is not just love advice, it's survival advice for your relationship. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to pacify. Be reliable. Be consistent. Be a man of your word. Because when she respects you, nagging isn't even part of the script. That's the real dating tip most men never learn until it's too late. But now you know. 2. Submission is earned. Men often get this twisted. They hear the word submission and instantly think about control. They imagine it's about demanding obedience, calling all the shots, or making her bend to their will. Don't fool yourself. That's not how love psychology works. That's not how you attract women. True submission isn't a trophy you snatch. It's a gift she chooses to give. A woman only lowers her guard when she feels deep respect for you. She lets you lead not because she's weak, but because she trusts your strength and judgment. That trust creates safety, and safety is the secret sauce behind lasting relationship goals. Now, flip the coin. What happens when a man has no backbone? When he ducks responsibility, avoids tough calls, or constantly chases her approval like a puppy waiting for treats. She doesn't feel safe. She doesn't relax. She takes control because someone has to steer the ship, and clearly it's not him. Don't confuse dominance with leadership. Submission isn't about barking orders. It's about being trustworthy. A woman will happily cook for you, encourage your dreams, and back your decisions, but only when she believes you actually know where you're going. If you're fumbling around with excuses instead of direction, don't expect her to hand over the wheel. The classic date scenario. Picture two men planning a date. Man A says, "What do you want to do?" "I don't know. Maybe we could try something." "What do you think?" Man B says, "Be ready at 7. I'm taking you somewhere I know you'll love." Who does she follow? The second man, every single time. Why? Because decisiveness is sexy. Confidence is magnetic. That's how you attract women without even trying too hard. She feels secure, and that makes her lean in willingly. The mistake most men make. Too many men think respect can be demanded. Wrong. Don't try to force it. Respect isn't owed, it's earned. And once respect is there, submission naturally follows, like night follows day. So, how do you earn it? By standing tall, by setting standards and refusing to compromise them for approval, by making decisions and backing them up with action, by being consistent, your words and your behavior lining up so she never doubts your direction. Be the man who knows where he's going. Be the man who can say no without fear and yes with conviction. Be the man whose life already has structure and purpose. When you carry yourself that way, submission isn't something you need to request. It's something she'll gladly offer. The bottom line. Don't chase control. Don't whine for respect. Build it. Earn it. Live it. When a woman sees that you're a man of integrity and strength, she doesn't compete with you. She aligns with you. That's the heart of real relationship goals. Submission isn't demanded. It's inspired. 3. Public versus private behavior. A man must understand this unshakable truth. Respect is revealed not in words, but in the consistency of actions, and nowhere is that clearer than in how a woman treats you both in public and in private. Don't fool yourself into believing affection behind closed doors excuses humiliation in front of others, because a woman who jokes at your expense, undermines your words, or challenges you openly is not showing love. She is showing a lack of respect. Real respect doesn't switch on and off depending on who's watching. When admiration is genuine, it doesn't wear a mask. It doesn't treat you like a king in the bedroom and a clown in front of friends. It's steady, unwavering, present in every setting. Respect yourself and others will respect you, Confucius said. And the same law applies here. If her admiration shifts with the audience, it is not respect, it is performance. A woman who truly honors her man does not roll her eyes in a group. She does not cut him down mid-sentence, and she certainly does not embarrass him for cheap laughs. She may disagree, but she chooses her moment because dignity matters more than dominance. That is the behavior of someone who understands loyalty. But when respect is missing, the gap becomes obvious. She might praise you privately, but dismiss you publicly, or smile in public only to criticize relentlessly in private. That inconsistency eats away at your confidence, and deep down, you know the truth. Admiration that shifts is not solid, it is hollow. Don't ignore the signs. Don't tolerate being admired only when it's convenient. Don't confuse temporary sweetness with permanent respect. The real test is how she acts when there's nothing to gain. If she treats you with the same admiration, whether you're alone or surrounded by strangers, that is genuine respect. If not, you must question her heart. Let's call it what it is. Respect is not situational. Respect is character. In today's world, where appearances dominate and social media amplifies every move, the temptation for people to perform in public is stronger than ever. But the old stoic wisdom reminds us, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one that's Marcus Aurelius, a modern stoic before his time, a man who lived by the principles of stoicism. And his words apply directly to you. You must demand consistency, because if you accept less, you will live less. In modern life, respect is your anchor. Without it, everything crumbles. Be decisive. Draw the line. Don't settle for admiration that flickers like a weak flame. Insist on respect that burns steady. Remember, the modern Stoic does not whine about disrespect. He corrects it. The old Stoic endured hardship with discipline, and you must apply the same iron principle here. Set the standard and enforce it. Let's be clear. Your role is not to chase validation, but to stand firm so that respect naturally flows toward you. In the end, it's not about controlling her actions, it's about controlling your own standards. Respect is either there or it isn't, and when it is real, it shows up everywhere. Stand tall, lead with conviction, live by stoicism, and never allow inconsistency to disguise itself as love. The victory belongs to the man who recognizes truth, demands respect, and lives as the master of his own life. If you found this valuable, hit the like button, share it with a friend who needs this insight, and don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your perspective. Comment to remember. I deserve genuine respect in public and private. 4. Silent tests. Don't kid yourself. Every woman, no matter how sweet, gentle, or angelic she seems, will test you. Not once, not twice, but again and again, and the funny part? She won't even announce it. These aren't the loud, dramatic fireworks you'd expect. They're quiet, sneaky, subtle little checks, psychology tips in action, designed to see what kind of man she's really dealing with. That is how women protect themselves. And you must understand this. It's not about being manipulative. It's about security. She's asking herself without saying a word, is this man strong enough to lead? Can I trust him? Will he crumble when things get tough? Or will he stand tall no matter what? Those questions matter more than you realize, because respect is built on the answers. Don't miss the small moments, because that's when the real test shows up. She might casually challenge a decision you made, not because she cares about what movie you picked, but to see if you'll fold under pressure. She might withdraw a little affection just to watch whether you panic and beg, or whether you stay calm, steady, and centered. She might even push your boundaries, daring you to enforce them, because a man who doesn't guard his own values is a man she cannot follow. None of this is random. These are quiet moves on her chessboard of respect, and only the wise recognize the game for what it is. If you take it personally, you've already lost. If you get defensive, needy, or overly apologetic, you've just told her, I don't have what it takes. That's why most men fail, because they react instead of respond. Here's the truth bomb. These silent tests aren't drama. They're security checks. A woman needs to know she's safe with a man who won't collapse when she pushes. She wants to feel that the man beside her is unshakable, consistent, calm, confident, and rooted in who he is regardless of her mood that day. That's what earns her trust, her love, and ultimately, her deep respect. Fail the test, and you look like a boy. Pass it, and you look like a man worth following. Simple, brutal, true. So how do you pass? Don't argue, don't chase, don't crumble. Be steady, be firm. Be the man who knows his values and doesn't apologize for having a backbone. Love advice and dating tips often sugarcoat this, but here's the hard truth. Women respect men who hold their ground. Imagine she throws you a curveball like, "Why do you always choose what we watch?" The man who panics blurts out, "Oh, sorry, you pick. I just want you happy." Wrong move. That's fear talking. That's weakness on display. But the grounded man smiles and says, "Because I know you love when I lead. But if you really want to choose tonight, go ahead." Notice the difference? That response is calm. It's confident. It's a mix of humor and leadership. And that's exactly what wins her heart and keeps her respect. So remember this. Every silent test is an invitation. Not to fight, not to argue, but to rise. To prove, not to her, but to yourself, that you are the man who won't break under pressure. That is what passes the test. That is what earns real respect. And if you want psychology tips that matter, if you want love advice that actually works, if you want dating tips that separate men from boys, then hear this loud and clear. Be grounded, be calm, be consistent. Because in the end, respect isn't given, it's tested. 5. Loyalty signals. Every man talks about wanting a loyal woman. But here's the twist. Most men wouldn't know how to recognize true loyalty, even if it walked in wearing a neon sign. Don't confuse basic effort with genuine loyalty. Just because she posts pictures of you online or spends Saturday afternoons watching football with you doesn't mean she's locked in. That's surface level. Real loyalty, that runs much deeper. A loyal woman shows her respect in subtle, consistent, almost invisible ways. It's not about the spotlight. It's about the alignment. She's not just with you, she's for you. Think about this. A woman who truly respects you won't leave you wondering. She won't vanish into thin air, ignoring calls, or keep her phone turned upside down like it's holding state secrets. She respects your time, your energy, and your presence. That is loyalty. That is commitment. That is a sign you've got her heart in the right way. Where men slip up. Here's the tough pill. If you constantly question her loyalty, the issue isn't only her, it's you. Women don't pledge loyalty to men they don't respect. Period. If she looks at you and sees no direction, no discipline, no backbone, she may keep you in her orbit, but she won't close the gates. She'll keep the backup options alive while you fool yourself into thinking you're the main event. Don't ignore this reality. Don't lie to yourself. When a woman doesn't respect you, loyalty goes out the window. You must step up, because women don't settle out of admiration. They settle until something better strolls by. The real signs of loyalty. So how do you know if she's the real deal? Look for consistency, not excuses. Actions, not words. A loyal woman will defend you when you're not in the room. She'll shut down other men who try to test the waters. She'll invest in your vision and support your drive instead of weighing you down with doubt. That is love psychology in action, where respect fuels loyalty. If she's cheering for you, backing your goals, and standing firm when storms hit, don't question her loyalty. Recognize it, appreciate it, match it. The fake signals you must not ignore. But let's be blunt. If she's constantly texting just friends, guarding her phone like it's Fort Knox, or acting single every time you're not around, wake up. That's not loyalty. That's convenience. That's her keeping her foot in two doors. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't call it loyalty when it's clearly a temporary arrangement. Brother, you deserve better. The lesson for men. Loyalty is not about what she posts. It's not about temporary gestures. It's about where she places her energy when no one is watching. If she respects you, she gives you her loyalty. If she doesn't, she gives you excuses. Your mission? Be the man who earns and keeps respect. Build discipline, show backbone, live with vision. That's how you attract women who stay. That's how you hit your relationship goals without playing games. And that's how you understand love psychology from the ground up. Don't just chase loyalty. Be the kind of man who inspires it. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us, or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. 6. Respect and desire. Don't ever fall into the trap of believing respect and desire are two separate currencies, because they are not. They are the same coin, just viewed from different angles. If a woman doesn't respect you, she will never truly desire you, no matter how much you spend, how hard you try, or how deeply you hope. She may tolerate you. She may even stay with you for comfort. But the fire in her eyes, the spark that makes her lean into you with admiration and longing, only comes from respect. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us in his Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Respect is born from how you govern yourself. Desire flows from that same source. Looks, money, and status might open the door, but they never keep her inside. What keeps her is your discipline, your boundaries, your refusal to bend into weakness. That's what makes you magnetic. That's what makes her see you as the kind of man she can trust, admire, and crave. Don't beg. Don't over-explain. Don't worship at her feet. That behavior kills her respect, drop by drop, until desire evaporates. Instead, carry yourself like a modern stoic, not a desperate pleaser. Walk like the old stoic masters, who knew that self-respect precedes all other victories. Understand this: when you live with stoicism, calm, discipline, strength, you don't chase respect or desire. You attract them. A woman shows you her respect, not through words, but through action. The way she initiates intimacy. The way she looks at you with quiet admiration. The way she protects your time because she knows it is valuable. That is the true language of respect. And from that language springs real desire. In today's modern world where distractions, quick thrills, and fake attention dominate, you must be sharper, stronger, and more anchored than ever. Don't confuse temporary validation with deep respect. Don't let instant gratification blind you to the long game. Let's be clear. The man who loses himself trying to please a woman loses her faster than any rival. The man who masters himself through stoicism wins her desire without asking for it. Respect is desire. Desire is respect. They rise together and they fall together. Let that truth burn into your mind. Build discipline. Set boundaries. Be dependable. Be the man who leads, not the man who pleads. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. That is the warrior's way. That is the path of mastery. And when you live this way, you don't just earn her respect. You keep it, you grow it, you multiply it. That's when she sees you as the man she cannot ignore, the man she cannot replace, the man she truly desires. Remember, don't separate respect from desire. Don't play small. Don't surrender your ground. Live like the modern stoic, rooted in discipline and strength, and you will see how both respect and desire become unshakable parts of your life. 7. Protecting your image. This is not just about how a woman treats you when you're alone, but how she treats you when the world is watching. Respect isn't whispered in the dark. It's broadcast in the way she handles your name, your reputation, and your presence in front of others. A woman who truly respects you guards your image like a secret treasure. She doesn't allow careless jokes that chip away at your confidence. She doesn't playfully compare you to another man, making you feel like you're running some invisible race. Don't underestimate this, because in relationships, little digs are not so little. They're psychological landmines. A woman who values you knows this, and instead of exposing your flaws for cheap laughs, she makes you look good. That is the difference. Think about it. Around her family, she doesn't roll her eyes when your name comes up. She speaks of you with pride, showing others the man she sees, reliable, strong, capable. Among her friends, she doesn't gossip about your weaknesses, she highlights your strengths. At work events or social gatherings, she positions you as a man of substance. Why? Because in her mind, protecting your image is part of loving you. It's not a duty, it's a natural instinct. This is one of those psychology tips that men often overlook. Respect is not in what she says directly to you. It's in how she represents you when you're not even in the room. Now let's contrast that with what happens when respect is missing. That's when things get uncomfortable fast. Your image suddenly becomes expendable. She pokes fun at your mistakes, exaggerates your flaws, or worse, makes you the punchline of her stories. Don't shrug that off as harmless fun. It isn't. It chips away at your dignity. It tells the world she doesn't see you as worth defending. And here's the harsh truth. When a woman laughs at you in front of others, she's saying something about her level of respect for you, loudly, even if she's smiling while she says it. That doesn't just bruise your ego. It unmasks how she truly feels. Never confuse affection with respect. Love can be full of sweet words, playful touches, and affectionate gestures. But respect, that's shown in the battlefield of public opinion. A woman who loves you might call you baby in private. But a woman who respects you will never let anyone diminish your dignity in public. That is the razor-sharp line. And it matters more than most men realize. So here's the love advice. Don't settle for a partner who embarrasses you, mocks you, or throws you under the bus just to score social points. You must hold yourself to a higher standard. Be with the woman who sees your dignity as sacred. Be with the one who, when others talk down to you, steps in and lifts you up. Because that kind of respect isn't decoration. It's the backbone of lasting love. These are the dating tips that separate fleeting romance from a real partnership. Respect is not optional. It's not a luxury item you tack on to love when convenient. It's the foundation. Without it, even the most passionate relationship will eventually collapse. With it, even ordinary love becomes extraordinary. So pay attention. Watch how she speaks of you when she's surrounded by people who matter to her. Watch how she defends you when your name is on the line. If she protects your image, she's showing you something priceless. In her eyes, you are a man worth honoring. That is respect in action. And gentlemen, that is everything. If you value your dignity, never settle for less. A woman who respects you protects your image, not tears it down. Comment this with power. My dignity is worth protecting. 8. Emotional investment. Don't be fooled. Women don't invest their emotions in men they don't respect. Period. Think of emotional investment like a bank account. A woman won't deposit her care, her concern, her deepest feelings into a man who hasn't earned her respect. Why? Because it's costly. Emotions are energy. And no woman is going to waste energy on a man she sees as weak, careless, or unworthy. A woman who respects you doesn't just show up for the highlight reel. She's there for the behind the scenes too. She'll laugh with you when you're winning, but she'll also sit with you when the game is brutal, when life knocks you flat, when the world feels too heavy. That is emotional investment. Don't mistake it for simple affection. This goes deeper. She listens not because she has to, but because she wants to know what drives you. She asks, "What's keeping you up at night?" And she means it. She notices the subtle shift in your tone when you're stressed, the way your eyes cloud over when something's wrong. And instead of walking away, she leans in. Here's the contrast you must see. Without respect, her presence is shallow. You talk, she nods absent-mindedly. You share your struggles, she scrolls through her phone. She's physically there, yes, but emotionally she's checked out. With respect, she's locked in. She gives you her focus, her empathy, her loyalty. That is a sign she sees you as a man worth her heart's investment. This is love psychology at its finest. Women save their deepest emotions for the men they admire. It's not about convenience, it's about connection. It's about relationship goals that go far beyond dinner dates and selfies. It's about building a bond where she's as invested in your lows as she is in your highs. And here's the kicker. This emotional investment isn't passive, it's active. She'll challenge you when you're slacking. She'll encourage you when you're doubting. She'll celebrate your victories like they're her own. That is what women do for men they truly respect. So pay attention. If a woman listens with real focus, shares her own feelings openly, and genuinely wants to be part of your journey, good and bad, don't dismiss it. That's not just love. That's respect in action. That's her saying, without words, "You matter. I believe in you. I'm here." And let's be clear, if she's not emotionally invested, don't chase her. Don't beg for her attention. A woman's respect is not something you demand. It's something you attract. Be the man who leads, who holds himself with dignity, who stays true to his purpose. That's how you attract women who want to give you more than their presence. They want to give you their soul. Gentlemen, remember this. Emotional investment is the crown jewel of a relationship. It's what makes her loyalty unshakable and your bond unbreakable. That is the kind of connection every man should strive for. That is the real prize. 9. Sacrifice and compromise. These are not just words. They are the hidden foundations of a relationship built on respect. When a woman truly respects you, she doesn't insist that life must orbit around her desires alone. She adjusts, she bends, she gives. Not because she is weak, but because she is wise. She knows peace is stronger than pride, unity is greater than ego, and the man standing beside her is worth every concession. This is the essence of respect. This is the silent proof that she sees you as valuable, as worthy, as irreplaceable. In the end, we are judged not by what we take, but by what we give, said Booker T. Washington. And when a woman gives time, comfort, her willingness to compromise, it is never random. It is targeted. It is intentional. It is for the man she respects. You must see the difference clearly. A woman who respects you will compromise to protect the bond. A woman who doesn't respect you will make you fight every battle alone. When she respects you, she's willing to let go of a small convenience today for the sake of building a bigger tomorrow. When she doesn't, every discussion turns into a war zone where her ego must win, even if the relationship loses. Don't get it twisted. Respect is not spoken, it is shown. Watch what she sacrifices for you. Watch where she is willing to bend. That is the truth, not the words she says when she wants something. In modern life, where everyone screams about independence and self-first living, compromise becomes rare. And yet, the modern stoic man knows this. Compromise is not weakness, it is discipline in disguise. An old stoic like Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." In the same way, A relationship without compromise is always hungry, always poor, because neither side is willing to give. But when respect is present, sacrifice becomes wealth, and compromise becomes power. Don't fall for the noise of modern culture telling you that compromise is losing. Number. Compromise is winning together. Compromise is strategy. Compromise is proof that both of you see the relationship as worth protecting. You must understand, women do not sacrifice for men they don't respect. If she respects you, she gives. If she doesn't respect you, she takes. It is that simple. Don't let your emotions confuse this reality. Don't let your pride blind you. If she refuses every compromise, if she never gives up anything, if she insists her comfort and ego must always come first, she does not see you as valuable. She does not see you as a man worth following. And if that is the case, you must not waste your strength on her. As Epictetus taught in Stoicism, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, don't chase approval where there is no respect. So let's make this clear. If she sacrifices for you, she respects you. If she compromises with you, she values you. And if she refuses both, she doesn't care about the future with you. That is the signal. That is the truth. Don't argue with it, don't deny it, don't excuse it. See it, accept it, act on it. A modern stoic man rises above the noise, sees through the illusions, and acts with strength. He doesn't beg for sacrifice, he earns it. He doesn't demand compromise. He commands it through character. And that is what you must do. In every relationship, respect is the battlefield where victory is won or lost. Don't confuse love without respect as loyalty. It is weakness disguised as affection. Don't mistake sacrifice as something you are owed. It is something you must inspire. Don't take compromise as defeat. It is a sign that she believes in you, in your leadership, in the life you are building together. And if she does not, walk away with dignity. Because a man who understands Stoicism, whether the old Stoic in the ancient world or the modern Stoic navigating today's chaos, knows this. A life without respect is no life at all. So rise up. Be the man worth sacrificing for. Be the man worth compromising with. Build yourself into someone who commands respect naturally. That is mastery. That is strength. That is victory. At the end of the day, everything we've talked about boils down to one truth most men avoid. A woman can love you without respecting you, but she cannot truly desire you without respect. That's the controversial part, and it's also the harsh reality. Love without respect turns into pity. Attraction without respect turns into manipulation. And commitment without respect, that's just convenience. If you've noticed these 9 behaviors in your woman, it means she sees you as a man worthy of admiration. If you haven't, then it's time to stop blaming women and start asking yourself the harder question. Am I the kind of man she can actually respect? Now, here's my advice. Don't chase love first, chase respect. Because once you earn respect, love, attraction, and loyalty naturally follow. But if you skip respect, everything else crumbles sooner or later. So, I want to hear from you. Drop your experiences in the comments. Tell me what you've noticed, what you've been through, or even where you disagree. I'll be reading, and I'll reach out to some of you directly, because this isn't just content, it's a conversation. And before you go, remember this. Respect is the one thing you can't beg for. And the moment you lose it, you lose everything else with it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care, be strong, and I'll see you in the next video.